Option traders, you know the drill. If you want to be successful, you have to look at the stock charts. You have to know which way the stock's going to go or not go. So it's time to do our weekly wrap up, weekly check of the charts. Got to get ready for next week. Got to put in the work. Got to do the research. So I'm back here for another edition of our stock chart checkup. So what I do here in these videos, especially to help option traders, I'm going to look at the charts. I'm going to show you what I'm seeing. I'm going to show you my setup, show you the indicators, and get an idea of what stocks are ready to either move or not move, because there's no sense of taking an option trade if the stock's not going to move in the way you want it to. So let's just jump right in and start taking a look at the stock charts. Here we go. All right, everyone. Lee Lowell here from smartoptionseller.com. Make these free videos for the trading community so we can all help each other become better option traders. As you know, the stock charts are my thing. This is what I do over the last 30 years. Before I take any kind of option trades, I have to check the stock charts. Got to see where the stocks are going. Otherwise, there's no reason for getting into the trades. All right. So we jump in. We want to take we want to look at the overall market as a whole first. And for those of you that are new here, these are what the charts look like for me. Up here is the chart action. I've got the 20-day, 50-day, and 200-day simple moving averages overlaid on the charts. These are daily charts that we look at, and all these other blue things that you see here. These are channels. These are hand drawn, just to give you an idea of which way the stock or indexes are trending. The trend is your friend. That's the best thing that you'll ever hear in the markets, because once a trend starts, it pretty much keeps going in that direction until it doesn't anymore. So you draw these channels. These are called channels. And it helps us just see which way the stocks are moving. And you'll see some other patterns that I'll put on the charts as well. But up here, so here's the 200-day moving average, and we got the 20-day, which is the blue line, and the 50-day, which is the red line. Down here is the RSI indicator. It's an overbought, oversold oscillator. It oscillates up and down based on the price action up here. And if it hits the 80 level, that means the stock up here is getting overbought. And if it hits the 20 level, that means the price action is getting oversold. Just gives us a warning sign that something could potentially turn in the other direction on the price action up here. All right. So we look at the SPY, which is the exchange traded fund for the S&P 500. It gives us the best overall view of the market as a whole. So here's the daily chart of the SPY. So where are we? Well, we finished this past week on Friday, September 20th, 2024, near all-time new highs again. Now, what we do is we want to see, we draw some support and resistance lines, and we draw other kind of patterns to let us know which way a stock may be going. So we had drawn this line up here as a form of resistance that the market was getting close to making a triple top. So we have one high here, falls back, makes another high, falls back again, and challenges those other two highs. That was what's called a triple top. Typically, either a double top or a triple top could be an area of resistance where the stock can't initially get through, and you may see somewhat of a pullback. But in this case, the triple top did not hold for very long. You can see here the market price action got above the resistance line. So now we're in a whole new ball game here. These are all-time new highs to the S&P 500, and I'm a bull. I'm always a bull. And if you've been watching my videos in the past, you know I'm a bull for the long run, over the long run. But we've just hit a new all-time new highs, and really there's nothing to keep this thing from not making more all-time new highs. What is out there that's going to derail this thing? Remember, there's geopolitical news out there. There's wars going on. There's always going to be bad news, but you have to remember the stock market is independent of a lot of that outside noise. The stock market is made up of companies, actual companies that create actual products that people actually buy. And these companies that are profitable quarter after quarter are going to see their stock price move up. And that gets reflected in the overall index. If all these companies are doing well over the long run, the market has to go up over time. So even if there's wars and pandemics and financial crises, the stock market will go up in the long run. Here's the monthly chart of the stock market as a whole. You can't keep it down. You're going to have the pullbacks along the way, but eventually the market will keep going up. So the last quarter of the year, typically October, November, December, is very bullish. Okay, so I can only see the market keep going up. There's no reason why the market's gonna go down. The U.S. Federal Reserve is already starting to lower interest rates, which the market loves. Okay, so I'm bullish for the long run and into the end of the year as well. So I can only see the stock market, the general stock market, continuing to go up. Let's look at the NASDAQ. We look at the triple Qs for this. If you ever want to see what the symbol is, you can look up here in the left-hand corner, unless I have it written over here. So the NASDAQ has not made new highs yet. We know that the NASDAQ's made up of all these high-priced tech stocks. So, but it's certainly on its way. You can see here's the W pattern. It looks like a W. That is typically more of a bullish pattern, and it's only a matter of time before the NASDAQ takes out its all-time high that was hit here in the first to second week of July. Okay, so the NASDAQ's going to go as well. Let's look at the diamonds, which is the DIA. This is the exchange traded fund for the Dow Jones Industrial. Also, all-time new highs here. This was Friday. This one bar right here made the high. Came back down, though, towards the end of the day. But you can see it was in the channel, okay? Got above the resistance here, created this, what's called an ascending triangle that it's moving upwards. You can see the trajectories upwards, but it was having a little trouble getting through this resistance right here, but finally blasted through, making all-time new highs. So overall, I'm bullish for the market. Let's look at some individual stocks. Go through the list because we want to make sure we understand. We want to jump on trades, especially option trades, for stocks that are going to make a move. So we run down the list and see what's going on. Okay. So Microsoft, we mostly look at these more popular stocks. Can't go through all thousands of different stocks, but these are the most of the stocks that I look at on a daily basis. Microsoft, kind of trading sideways here. Not much happening there. Nothing for me to look at there. Nike. Okay, so let's take a quick look at Nike. Nike had been in a long downtrend. It just kept going down, 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 down. But we may have finally seen the bottom here in the low 70s. This was a support line that we had drawn long ago in the mid to high 80s. Fell through. But you can see if we extend the line here, let's do that. If we extend the line here, you can see that Nike has finally gotten above that resistance line. So right here, the next thing it's going to have to do is contend with this down-sloping 200-day moving average. So the slope of the moving averages is very important, okay? If you're bullish, you want to see all the moving averages sloping upwards. If they're sloping downwards, that means the stock's been in a downtrend for a decent amount of time, and it's going to take a lot more work for the bulls to gain control versus if the moving averages were all in an uptrend, a little bit of a pullback would be a really great buying opportunity because the overall trend of that stock is still higher. In this case, the bears are more still in control because these moving averages are moving downwards. So you got to be careful here. But Nike looking better for possible longer term move higher. Oracle, all-time new highs there. AMD. So let's look at AMD here. I'm always a big fan of AMD. Here you can see the W pattern, which is, as I said, typically a bullish pattern, has gotten above. Here's the 200-day moving average, the upsloping moving average. So AMD right here, the price action has gotten above the W and above the 200-day moving average. So I think AMD could finally get its mojo and start to work its way back up to all-time new highs, which was way back here. So keep an eye on AMD for longer-term bullish movement. Apple, here was a congestion pattern that we drew. Congestion pattern is when stock has a wide range and then it starts to get tighter and tighter and tighter. It coils itself into this pattern this congestion pattern, and then eventually it's going to blow one up to one side, either up or down out of the triangle here. It looks like it's trying to break out to the upside here. Also, potential bull flag right here. Bull flag is when you see a quick up move and then a little bit of a pullback before the next move higher. So if I had to make a bet here, I would bet on Apple making the move to the upside. So keep an eye on Apple there. Amazon, what do we see for Amazon? Trying to get above. Here was the resistance here. Got above it, but then fell all the way back down. The whole stock market had this down move that started in middle of July and came all the way down here. But Amazon looking okay. Still kind of sideways here in my opinion. So nothing for me that's really sticking out on Amazon. Netflix is a stock that I really like the pattern here. Like the overall upwards movement, has this like upward sloping trajectory to the chart here. We can even draw from here as well. So you can see that the stock is in this uptrend here. Okay, I like Netflix. We're trying to get into a bullish trade on Netflix in one of our newsletters. It keeps going up, but it keeps moving a little bit too fast for us. But overall, I like Netflix for the upside here. So we're getting into some bullish put option credit spreads for Netflix. Cisco, look at Cisco. We also sold some put options in Cisco. If you don't know what we do here at the Smart Option Seller, we're all about put option selling and selling put option credit spreads. Those are bullishly oriented trades. That's all we do. We sell put options. It's a great strategy. If you don't know anything about put options, go to our website. Let me pull that up real quick here. Go to our website, smartoptionseller.com. Click on our free ebook, okay? It's all about put selling. Free, the ultimate guide to selling put options. You scroll down. You can put your name and email address in here. We'll send you an email back with a link for the free ebook. We love put selling. You can also sign up for we've got an upcoming put selling intensive webinar that's coming up soon. Take a look at that. You can also look at our video series about put selling. And if you want to know about our newsletters that we run, click on our services tab here. We have 2 newsletters. We also offer coaching sessions. We have our probability calculator. So a lot of good things to look at on our website. All right, so let's get back to the charts here. So this is Cisco Systems. We just recently sold a put option on Cisco because we were bullish on the stock and it's going up very nicely. So that trade's working out for us as well. Walmart, just look at Walmart, great stock going up. Disney, let's take a quick look at Disney because Disney's been in this downtrend, down in the dumps for a while. You can see the trend down, but here's what I like. It has finally broken out above the downtrending chart. You can also kind of see the W pattern here as well, usually a bullish pattern. Think about Disney. So it's gotten above the price action, I'm saying, has gotten above the downtrending channel and has also moved above the 50-day and 20-day moving averages. So Disney could be finally getting its mojo back and getting ready to work its way higher. So keep an eye on Disney there. You want to use the charts, you want to use the patterns, you want to see the price action to give you heads up on whether it's time to jump in or out of a trade. It's the only way to do it. Okay, you can't just buy or sell options without knowing what the stock is doing. Timing is very important, especially if you're trading shorter term. So timing is important. So you need to know what the stock charts are doing. Tesla, also another stock, very hard for me to get a gauge on Tesla, but here we had that congestion pattern right here. It's getting tighter and tighter, tighter. And as you can see, it blasted out to the upside here. So people love Tesla. There's always bulls in Tesla. So Tesla's going to have more of a bullish mentality. But right now, looking pretty good. Tesla's going up, up, up. What else we got? Bristol Myers. Okay, so here's something we have on Bristol Myers. Has this there? Let's do this a little bit more. You can see the uptrend. Okay, so now we have the ascending triangle here. It's trying to get above this resistance line. It actually did. So I think Bristol Myers could be a case for a bullish trade here. You can see the ascending movement. It had the flat top resistance, but it's finally breaking out here. I like the price action here. I think Bristol Myers is just going to kind of continue chopping its way higher. So keep an eye on Bristol Myers for that price action. Pfizer is a stock that's been really frustrating to me. I bought some long-term, deep in the money call options for next June, July, whenever it is next year, 2025. It just keeps going sideways. I just keep waiting for this thing to break higher, but it just can't get its mojo back. The thing about buying deep in the money, high delta call options is that the time decay is not going to hurt you really at all. So I have to wait it out at this point, but I'm just waiting for this thing to get moving, but it just keeps going sideways. So I'm taking a longer term view on Pfizer. Merck. Here's a stock that, Merck doesn't look that good on the charts. We can draw the lines here. You can see it's on a downward trajectory. You can even draw the line down here. And here even you've got some support here. If this thing breaks, I think that Merck definitely does not look bullish to me. I think it's got some more room to the downside. So that's what what a bearish opportunity could look like. Verizon looking pretty good, starting to get its mojo. Costco. Let's talk about Costco. Great company, great store. Love shopping at Costco. Look at this chart, just up, up, up. Had the earnings came out the other day, was in this ascending triangle pattern, but the earnings are always a crapshoot. You never know what it's going to do to the charts. Has fallen off. Earnings were not taken so great by the market, so it sold off a little bit. But will it find its mojo and get back up? Here's the 50-day moving average right here. So it's coming upon the 50-day moving average. You can't keep Costco down for long. I mean, it's got too many customers. The pricing's great. This could be a buying opportunity, but keep an eye on Costco. It's very expensive, though, almost over $900 a share, around $900 a share. What else we got? McDonald's. Look at this upward trajectory on McDonald's. Look at that uptrend. It was in a downtrend and then it turned uptrend. So use the channels to help you decide. Now, how do you use a channel? Well, if you were bearish here, you'd wait for the stock to bounce and then come off of the top edge and you sell it when it comes down here. If you're bullish, you wait till it comes back down to the bottom edge of the channel and then you get in long until it hits the top edge, and you can take profits here or wait for the pullback and then get in long again. So that's how you use the channels. What else we got here? Pepsi just kind of stuck in a rut here. Just look at this sideways action. Nothing here, neither bearish nor bullish on Pepsi. Don't see anything good there. Here's Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway. I talk about it all the time. Berkshire Hathaway is its own fund. I buy the SPY for the long term, for my long-term holds. At this point, I might as well just get into Warren Buffett's fund as well, which I have done. I mean, look at this thing. Beautiful chart, just keeps going up, hugs along the moving average lines. You're going to go against Warren Buffett. You can't go against Warren Buffett, but you could piggyback off of Warren Buffett and take the same trades as he does. Let me go back to our website here. I wrote a special report about how to piggyback off of Warren Buffett in our services tab. Click on the shop link here, and there's a special report, The Secret to Buying Warren Buffett for Pennies on the Dollar. It's another different take on an option trading strategy, so you can take a look at that if you wish. But you can't keep Warren Buffett down for long. Buying opportunities, take a look. What else we have? Meta, the old Facebook, was in the channel for a long time, sideways channel, and this past week and a half, blasted out to the upside. So once it blasts out of a channel, it usually continues to keep moving in that same direction. Okay, so bullish trades on Meta is the play here, more so than bearish trades on Meta. Okay, what else we got? IBM, it's just looking strong. Google. Okay, so let's take a look at Google. was in the downtrend, starting to move outside of the downtrend, but it's contending with the downsloping 50-day moving average here. If it can continue higher over the next couple days, then I think Google has the opportunity to start making those moves into the the last quarter of the year to the upside. What else? We looked at the triple Qs. Here's one that we've been highlighting, Colgate. Look at this chart of Colgate. Just look at this move, how it's hugged along both the 50-day and 20-day moving average. Every time it has a pullback, it's either off of the 20-day or 50-day. So where do we sit right here? Sitting on support right on the 50-day moving average. If you think this trend is going to continue for Colgate, this is the area where you would want to step in, dip your toes, and buy some shares, okay? You have to go along with what's been happening in the past. It's been bouncing every single time off the 20-day and or 50-day. Will it do the same thing here? This is what you do. You nibble on some shares, and when it starts to show you that it has finally really bounced, then you can buy some more shares or buy call options or sell puts, whatever bull strategy you want to take, because you know that it once again has bounced. Now, you don't want to go all in, all full force, because this could be the time that it finally breaks to the downside. So you want to dip your toes. If it continues to go higher, then you have more conviction that you can buy more shares, okay? So that's how you use that. Coca-Cola, looking pretty strong here. Great company, great stock, great dividend payer. Got some congestion here, so we can draw another little pattern here. Okay, so we got a little congestion pattern going on here. So eventually, this thing's going to break out one side or the other. My guess it's going to go to the upside. So keep an eye on Coca-Cola. Johnson & Johnson, nothing. GlaxoSmithKline. Adobe. So we'll look at Adobe and NVIDIA and call it a day here. So Adobe looked like it was ready to go. It had the ascending triangle trying to break through and then crapped out on its earnings. So Adobe, it's got to start all over again. It's got to get over those bad earnings. NVIDIA, darling, everyone loves NVIDIA. Congestion pattern right here. Which way is it going to go? My guess it's going to go to the upside. Typically, from whatever from whatever direction it was coming from prior, once it gets into the congestion pattern, it will typically, blow out to that same direction where it had been coming from. So my bet is that NVIDIA, because everyone loves NVIDIA, it's going to break out to the upside. It's just only a matter of time. Congestion pattern right here. So get ready for that next move on NVIDIA. All right, I think that's it. Gone through the charts. Just the overall theme here is that if you're a trader, whether you're trading stocks or options, you want to check the stock charts. You want to use the patterns. You want to use the moving averages to give you an idea of which way the stock's going. Look at the trends, draw your channels, look at the RSI. These are all things that will help you. If you know nothing about chart reading, all you got to do is just start looking at charts and you'll see these patterns repeat. In the description below, look down, read the description of this video. I have books, simple technical analysis books that you can take a look at. I've got websites. I've got option scanners listed down below. People always ask me, how do I find the charts? Other than, I know which stocks to look at. I have this, my list here that I've curated over many, many years. But you can also use option scanners to put in your own parameters to help you look for stocks that you can possibly trade on. So look down in the description below. If you found value in this video, please give me a thumbs up, give me a like, tell your friends, leave me a comment, send me an email. I'll always answer your emails. We make these videos. Like I said, we want to help everybody out. It's free videos. So let's all do good and become better traders. All right, that's it for me. I will see everyone in the next video. This is Lee Lowell signing off.